See, it looks like Jay Leno's taking Barack Obama on the World Car Tour to Detroit. See, again, Jay Leno, Barack Obama, Howard Stern, NBC. So see, other people get to have fun while you turn into supermassive prison abuser fags there. Jim Riley, Joe Zillig, Harry Race, Bernard LaChance, DJ Dave, Perlita Quinwan, Elton Anderson, Don Wiley, Jim Hall, Bill Duvall, 1961 Oyster Cracker Man, Bitted Bad for Blue Boy Boxes, and the Cans, Robo Rapist Knight, Red Randy, Red Gordon, and Ellery's and Team All American. See why you keep having a problem, right? Rapist LaCarney, Bernard, Harry, Joe, Karen Vasta, Country and Western, they know what you all did. Whispering faggot to Fairmount, Harry, Joe, Bernard, and how lunatic you guys are. Understand? So if that's what you want to be, Perlita, a noisy, yelling, screaming thing with Don Wiley, Karen, and whoever else with Yahoo, and profess your lies for the third time, because I told you they watched you people, Pickens Street, Jamaica Street, Google Duncan, the whole thing, the whole parade of you guys' lies and destroying everything. All-American, Joe, Stan, Bernard, they gave you what you wanted, sicko Bernard. You're the ones that trashed all of it, throwing your temper tantrums, Ellery. You announced who you wanted dead, Ellery. Bernard. People take that seriously. When you boast about your crime spree, Oyster Cracker Man, bitted bet for Bernard, and you constantly are a violent abuser and face mutilator and do all that stupid ass shit. And you bit it out and threw it all away, Perlita, because you guys profess to be the greatest beings to exist, Dave. It makes you stupid. And when you whisper and run your torture machine 3 times in a row, Harry, Joe, and Bernard, and they know it never belonged to you, and you look stupid. When you ruin other families' stuff, Bernard, Harry, when you come through acting like a fucking idiot, why should anyone take you seriously? Karen, Joe, Bernard, Ellery, when they know Ellery and them were in people's houses doing all that stupid shit. Football! Carney! It shows which families and children that you guys abuse. And then you make them feel bad, Bernard or Taco Joe. You know why you're a failure, Britches, Taco Joe? Because you're a fucking sicko in the beginning and always have been. You announce that you're so great with this thing Harry and Elton or, Dave created, but it's making you look stupid, Joe, with your faggot rainbow that you stole and the trillions and trillions of dollars you've blown and destroying our home for your own personal faggottory war because you're a faggot for crybaby old man that slipped his way into bed with children and didn't want you there. And then you have the cowboy hillbilly craziness going on. Flash images, girls, all this shit. I thought you were a Christian, Harry. Apparently not. Now they're going back to the old way. You know why you're a failure, Harry, Joe, Bernard? Because you turned something that wasn't meant for, something decent, cool, into something that it wasn't meant for. Understand, Joe? They don't care. They'll let you be Jehovah, Harry, Joe, Bernard, Robo Knight, Dave, whatever, whoever. But it doesn't mean... Look, you haven't produced any result. Except pain and misery, Joe. What you guys did was stupid. You can't recreate it just instantly when you take it and move it. So I don't care if you go up back to the northeast side or to the snow village or wherever you decide to hide, Robo Knight, and build your new Never Never Land or Eden, Zion, Atlantis, and take another girl and manipulate it. But your process sucks. How about that? So that's the life you will lead and live, Joe, Harry, Bernard, because that's what you guys started out with, all Americans. Get it? And that's the way it'll be, because apparently you don't care that you like to mutilate and be prison dyke, Perlita, Karen. That's what happens when you choose the wrong people and destroy something that was set in because crybaby Bernard of LaFagatory has to have his shit. You know why it broke down? Things don't work, Bernard? Because you split it up and changed it because you're a jealous fag. LaCarney, we told you don't do the Carney. Don't do the red. Don't take children. Don't do the tank. But you don't seem to get it, Bernard, Harry, Joe. Get it? What? Guess what, Joe? It's building in your crime that you committed, dumb fuck. And then each one that you destroyed, dumb shit. Because you wanted to be a pedophile fag. And then everybody's a robot. They're a bitten, not a bitten. That's your problem, Joe, because the group of you immediately abused what you didn't know. Dummy. That's what you've always done. That's even what Brian and them have said. And then you just keep moving on. Taco Joe, it's just funny, huh? They're just kids. Who cares? Build our paradise, steal more. And that's what that thing that you favor does, Joe. Like I said, it proves you run the same scam on Coronado, then you run another one on here. Oh, here's a computer, do it again. And then you'll do it again. That's all the Negroes and you guys have ever done. That's not civil fucking rights, stupids. That's shitty life. And of course, Ellery and Joe, kids are going to know this, even possibly past prison inmates and veterans. They're going to go, why do we want that? Wow, bad example set by Ellery, bad example set by Joe, bad example by the oyster shit Tucker, man, bad example of Dave, bad example of the country and western, bad example Perlita, bad example. So people who don't want to live that way, they say screw it. You're not Jehovah, Perlita. You guys like to cut each other open, lied about murder, shit. That's your whole life, Taco Joe. What you started out with your massive rapist of the barnyard that you're covering up is still going to follow you forever into space. Congratulations, dude. That way they gotta censor down the internet and all this shit because you wanted to be sickos, Joe. So that's the way it's gonna be. No, Negroes, I didn't have sex with the little girl, so that's a lie too. So you guys, since you made your war all about that and then harassed my teacher and Heather and me when we were just kindergartners, you know, that war doesn't work. That's what happens when you guys do shit like that. That's not building an eye. That's why we kind of built you all an eye, but it's not a real one. It hasn't been done for a long time because you guys destroyed it, because you all got jealous because my sisters and me, I guess, were supposedly chosen. But it never got to really develop because Harry and them had to have the cowboy dick inside of girls and children. And then they, oh, it never happened. And then they go back and pretend they never moved or go back to the Colts. I already know what you're doing, Joe and Roble Knight. You guys caused people to commit suicide and you guys thought it was funny and you guys just ran around like fags and built more and more up hippiness and... Sorry, dudes. You already moved in a direction. You didn't take the other piece of it seriously that some of those families had set in, and they either moved away or basically Joe slaughtered them all so Dave and them can be the bitted bat for vampires and hover over everybody. Or, you know, now they're regular people, country and western. Now they're going to do that one. Supposedly it was always country and western. Once you remove something and change that it was, you know, already evolved, it either will never become that ever again, or it's going to take you 3 to 4 times as long to do it and cost you more. So again, instead of fighting over Disney or whatever the group of your two families did, you should have made it happen and work. Instead, Karen and them like to run the religious punishment time. Haven't you figured out, Karen, Perlita, Joe, Harry, that doesn't work? Because there's other people who in the military with higher rank, like I said, who watched you people. Just like you guys spied on everyone else. So like I said, they're going to take the whole thing and say, man, why don't we just avoid all the problems that Joe and them created with Google? Because that's all they've ever done after a certain point is fight over it. All American. So you can have your stolen shit, Perlita, if they chose you as the special child with Dave. I don't give a shit. But that means, Perlita, when, you know, people do that for you, you never learn anything. Okay, All-American? When you poke people's eyes and dot their chins up and face mutilate them so they can't join the military or fly planes and stuff or drive race cars, Harry, that means you're a fucking pussy. Perlita, Joe, and Bernard, the little carny. And now, like I said too, Broadway to Broadway to Broadway, and wow, we see the color blue and turquoise. Oh my God, the performance follows down. The people hear you guys abuse and go right back up. That's why I'm sick of your fucking circus carny there, Bernard, because they just find Bailey, abuser, find me, abuser, find Kim, abuser, find Holly and Amanda, abuse. Oh, we just focusing on 3 schools there. Oh, Columbia, Dalton, and Rainsview, abuse them. Smoky Hill, abuse them. Court Hill, oh, Bill. Your guys' whole fucking trail, Bernard, is fucking everywhere, dude. That's why you don't evolve. Your inbreed repeater, Bernard, is a piece of shit. And it's just to cover up that you guys fucked everybody's shit up out here. So the people who've been around a little bit longer and know some stuff, Bernard, I don't care if they fucked a group of you up, because you fucked up their lives. And then anybody that tries to come out here to make a life, whether it's LA or here or whatever, you guys fuck with. So that's your style. If you want the internment camp ghetto, if that's so cool, then you guys got that. But that's a hard fucking life. And it's going to take you 1,000 years to evolve past that, because you guys' conversation doesn't reflect what you read on the internet and those books. You always don't really have too much conversation about that. And that people will eventually get there, but it takes a while. So when the hype of the internet goes down, and it eventually will, people will start maybe doing that. But you know, Bernard, you have to remember too, people are coming out of wars, veterans and stuff like that are coming out of wars. They're not too interested in that right now. Especially if you're not healing them and getting them, you know, when there's no money. You guys have all the money. You Joe, Showboat Joe. I'm the leader of Atlantis and Zion and Eden. You guys got to understand, most of those people are not fucking interested if you're Adam and Eve of the earth. Because like I said this morning, Joe, Harry, Bernard, they kind of figure out the groups of you who think you are the causes of all the wars and massacres and problems of the earth. Congratulations for your dramatic carny show, Bernard. Harry, Joe. Wow. That hasn't been written about before.